These chips are super spicy and my tongue is on fire. Hi, I'm Penny and I'm finally back with some pieces of gaming news. So completely unrelated to the content of this video, which is a news video, I wanted to quickly share an anecdote that happened to me this morning. I woke up and tried to put my password into my computer and all my keys were stuck together. It turns out that yesterday, when I thought I spilled cranberry juice on my keyboard, but I didn't, I actually did. And it got inside the keyboard, so now I had to go out and buy a new keyboard because the other one was completely boned. So just a fun little story about how I'm not very good at looking after electronics or anything slightly worth anything. I probably shouldn't have items anymore, that's all I'm saying. But enough about my silly life where I can't look after electronics. I will start by talking about Dead Space 3, which is a highly anticipated game a lot of you are looking forward to. In my top 10 games list, a lot of you guys in the comments were saying, no Dead Space 3? No, it's not in my top 10, but it's still a game that I'm interested in. I'd be more interested in it if I wasn't constantly seeing ads about how I should play the demo on Xbox with Kinect. I don't have an Xbox. If they just released the demo on Origin, I'd play it on PC for sure. I really wanted to do that, but I can't. It's very frustrating, but all that aside, what I want to talk about today was not Dead Space 3's demo, but that Dead Space 3 is actually going to support microtransactions in the single-player campaign. As part of Dead Space 3's new weapon crafting system, players will be able to use an in-game store with microtransactions to purchase weapon parts needed to craft new weapons. Of course, the parts that you can actually purchase in-game can be found by actually playing the game, of course, but it still seems a little bit cheap. And a lot of the feedback online seems to be pretty much that, but a lot worse. A lot of what I've been reading, especially on Reddit, has not been positive at all. I've been seeing a lot of negative feedback about this decision. People saying they're not going to buy the game because they don't want to support this kind of things in-game. They're not going to buy the game, they're going to pirate it instead. They will buy the game but not use the microtransactions, things like that, but of course with much worse language than I'm going to use on my channel. After this was announced, Dead Space 3's associate producer has made sure to clarify a few things. First of all, the pieces that you can purchase in-game from the store are all able to be found in the actual game world, so you don't have to, it's all optional. Secondly, there are scavenger bots that players can send out that can actually bring back the cash that you can use in the store to purchase the microtransactions with, so you never really have to use real dollars if you don't want to. She also made sure to clarify that players aren't going to be able to purchase the most top-end weapons. They're not going to be able to purchase things to make the highest grade end-game weapons at the start of the game. Pieces will become unlocked to purchase later on in the game, so you can't just start the game, spend 20-30 bucks and unlock this massive end-game weapon. You do have to earn it yourself still, but then not earn it by just spending money. Anyway, like I said, there is a ton of negative feedback for this, but I'm definitely interested to hear your thoughts, so please go ahead and put them in the comments because I'd love to read them. Secondly, anyone interested in StarCraft 2, we finally have some much happier news for you. Blizzard have released the opening cinematic for Heart of the Swarm, as well as a new features trailer. You can watch both of those right now by clicking the annotations wherever they are. You can go ahead and watch them now and I'll just wait here, because there's another piece of news, but that's fine, I'll just wait. But don't take too long. And finally, for anyone interested in Project X Zone, the 3DS strategy RPG crossover with over 50 characters from Sega, Namco Bandai and Capcom, the game is finally getting a release this year in North America, Europe and Australia. Project X Zone sees players creating teams of 2 units and sometimes adding a third solo unit from 29 different franchises. There's over 50 characters from 29 different games, spanning a whole number of different in-game universes. So you've got characters from Resident Evil, characters from Mega Man, characters from Street Fighter, all into this same storyline in this one universe, and somehow they've made this crazy storyline that somehow managed to put them all into this really cohesive universe where they all work together. And apparently the game is really fun and interesting to see how the characters react and how they work together, and it sounds like it will be really interesting. We weren't really sure if it was going to be released outside of Japan, but it is, which is exciting for a lot of you, I know. So although there's not a release date quite yet, it should be later this year for the 3DS. Anyway, I spoke very fast this news segment. Hopefully you guys could still understand me. If you have any questions, just go ahead and put them in the comments. If you have any sort of reactions at all, go ahead and put them in the comments and I'll do my best to reply. Please remember to like and favourite this video if you enjoyed it, because it only takes 2 seconds but it helps me a lot. Aside from that, I'll see you guys again soon for another video. Bye!